Hi guys, Bill Mufasajeep. I just wanted to come to you and tell you what we did this week. So we put the sticker on and it probably has to come back off because this car has the adaptive control. You can see the F is covering the sensor and it's given me not a check engine, but adaptive cruise control won't work, more or less. So, and it's constantly got this yellow thing on the dash. And I haven't looked into it. I don't know if I want to turn it off or it would be actually be nice to have for this long trip when we go to Tennessee here in like 40 days. Can't wait. Smoky Mountain Jeep Invasion. So here it is. We've already seen all this crap. So let's go to the back. Fenders are on, little lights are on. Posted all about that. The sticker's new and this bumper's new. So this bumper weighs about 100 pounds. It was pretty heavy. Um, there was a little bracket in here that was hitting the back right around here. So if you do a bumper and it's this tight, just know that that stupid little bracket that mounts your hitch with the two bolts here, take that off, put your bolts back in, and it'll keep this. It was the only thing I fought when I put this bumper on. So we added the bumper. It was like 275, somewhere around there, and then the matching D-rings, $25 for the set. So that's the newest edition. I'm probably going to do a thing to cover because these factory weld points on this body. There, you could see them because the body lift, because this is usually underneath. We're raised up. The body's raised up an inch and a quarter, so that exposes those. I don't like that look, so I already have a plan to hide that, so people really won't know, other than my viewers, that I have this body lift. But it'll also clean this up, and it's going to make it look nice and seamless, and kind of kill this gap. I can look down in this gap and see like the silver stuff they wrap the wires in. I just don't like the look. I want it to be nice and crispy when I'm done. So I'm picky. That's all there is to it. So I'm being picky, but it's a nice Jeep and it's an expensive Jeep, and I want it to be right when it's done. So I want it to show nicely. So we'll take you into the board, and we got a water bottle in the way. So I added in the bumper, D-rings, 300 bucks. Our total now is $5,354. So as this Jeep sits, it's $5,354 is total what we have into it. Right now I have the old fenders listed, the bumper listed, and something else. Oh, the rear spare tire carrier is listed on the marketplace. So who knows? Maybe it'll sell, maybe it won't. Maybe that'll put money back into the pot to buy some more parts. I do have the rock lights. They're here. I won't add in that monetary amount until we get those installed, like always. I do have this big decal. We had to farm that out. We're still waiting for the guy to tell us a date when he can go ahead and install it. So the list is getting a lot smaller, which I'm very happy about. So there's a few things. Rock lights is going to be a big one because I mean it's 2 days of work. Because as many as rock lights as I'm getting, it's a lot of work, and I like to hide the wires and run them through the frame and all that stuff. It's a thing. So rock lights, decal. I did order a new steering damper because I used Extreme Terrain. Not that we're getting paid by Extreme Terrain or anything. I did a review of all the parts that I bought through them and added 4 pictures for each. By the end of it, I ended up getting a $40 coupon off of a part. So I did want a stronger steering damper, and once that comes in, I'll do that install. It's gonna be super quick, super easy, or I say that, and then something bad will happen, and it'll be like horrible, and take me 4 hours to do something minuscule. That's the way it's been going. But so it is a Bliston 5100 steering damper. I used it on the last Jeep. It works very well. It's a little bit stiffer. Makes it the steering quite a bit stiffer when I'm running in the 40s. I don't like the floaty feeling that the 40s will give you on the highway, because when you're at 75, because we're down in Florida, most speed limits are 75 down here. It feels real floaty when you're rolling that fast in something that tall, that lifted with 40-inch tires. The Bliston, I think, is going to give it a little firmer feel. Not that I am trying to quill like a death wobble or anything like that. That's a myth. Your steering damper is never part of death wobble. Your death wobble is you have bad ball joints or a tie rod is loose. Something in your steering components are loose. It's not a steering damper. Steering dampeners only hide or mask a death wobble. I hate those questions because so many people don't know enough about it, so they throw a steering damper on it to try to get away from that. That's not the answer. Isn't that get underneath the Jeep, have somebody rack the steering back and forth. You're going to see a tiny bit of play. Whatever part you see that play in, that's where your death wobble's initiated, and that's where it's coming from. So there it is. There's a list, and we put out a little video earlier. So we just wanted to get a video out here this weekend. I don't know if I'm going to do any rock lights this weekend. Probably not. We're taking it off for the 4th. And just everybody be safe. Have a good weekend. And we'll see you next week.